Hi, my name is Nina, and I'm opening an art gallery here in New York City. And this is my weekly update of all the things that I've either considered a pain point or just curious thoughts I have or calls to actions for any artist that's also watching this. The feedback I have always gotten about the art world is the fact that it's so opaque or just very like exclusive and gatekept. And I'm going to tell you guys what I'm doing, how I'm thinking during this process to make it as transparent as possible, but also for your benefit in learning and understanding and just good old building community because I think that's nice. I was doing daily updates before and I'm just going to do weekly ones now. So, the first couple of things I'm going to focus on for this upcoming week is I'm actually going to start considering possibly, I'm not like married to it, but you might see it. I've been researching ways to crowdfund just because I've always believed that I should build something that's for artists, that's built by artists, and supported by people who get it. I always say, from the finance side of me, that who writes the check and who provides the funds, like, really shapes or morphs like the company or the product. And I think that's true. And you need people who like actually understand and value what you do. And I'm such a huge person on building community and having people that you can go to and just having people that are also like cheering you on. And it doesn't have to be just me, it can be like a supportive village. Like you and I and the rest of the world truly cannot like thrive successfully without our village. Like that's crazy. So I've been researching different platforms on which ones that I think will serve best just because I'm going to have it be virtual, but it's technically a hybrid model gallery. And what that means for you and for anybody else in the art industry watching is that I think a virtual gallery provides a more democratized access or makes things more accessible for everybody involved, that you don't have to just fly to New York to see somebody's work. You can also just like look at it online. And I think that was a real benefit from COVID. But I also acknowledge the beauty of in person human connection and the experience of that. And I think it would be really great to just do like have the virtual gallery, but also do pop up events. I think also just from like a startup and like beginner perspective of just, it's just financially a lot more feasible when versus when I crunch the numbers to try and like open this gallery in like honestly anywhere that I deem premier in New York City. But I also just think it just makes it for a more fun, like cozy, like connective experience for literally everybody involved. And then the next thing I think about, so I was thinking about crowdfunding. I explained why I chose the model. The third thing is I believe in just supporting artists in every possible way. Like I understand that commercial galleries are there to make profit, to make money. And yes, I agree to that to an extent. I also feel like just in order to change the industry for the better, that it has to start somewhere and you have to start supporting artists and doing a little bit more than just selling the work. So I decided to actually put my artists through an incubator where I'm teaching them about the business side, the financial side, and the important soft skills that we all get to benefit from. And from what I've heard for the past year of talking to various industry professionals, is that there can be improvements made there. And I think it'll make everybody's lives, again, just easier, just a little bit more seamless. So when you think of Or Muse Collective, aka my gallery, that any artist that comes out of there, you can be sure and be confident that they are not just technically talented, but they are a true professional. And finally, I have been thinking about how to exhibit the works. I've been thinking a lot about the state of affairs in the art world in terms of our United States federal government and the funding that's been rescinded to all of our cultural institutions. And disclaimer, I did work in government and politics for years, and it's something I'm very proud of. I think public servant work and working for the public is one of the highest honors someone can honestly do. And a lot of that informs my decision making throughout the process. And for me, I just believe that no one should ever have to wait until they're making millions to be philanthropic or to give back to their community. So, what does that mean? That means along the way, I will be allocating a portion of the gallery's percentage of all sales to a philanthropic cause that supports artists in a very different way. I think a lot of the times we think of grants and that it could be used for their mediums and their materials. But for me, I'm looking for aligned organizations and causes that provide housing for artists, that provide healthcare for artists. Also, in this past year, I've like looked up and discovered that it's very, again, very simple to think that, oh, they just need money for materials to keep creating. But I want to get to the root of the issue of we need to make sure that their needs are fully met so they have more headspace and mental capacity to create these beautiful bodies of work. But if you're always stuck in this survival mode, like there's just no way you're reaching your maximum potential, and I'm going to eliminate that. And another way to support the artists is I'm going to also have them be mentored by somebody in the industry. So if you're interested, I'm going to put my email up on this video. I'm scared. I'm going to put the more general one. I will see it because I am the one looking for it. But you can email that. I will get to it, or go to this other link for the contact. You can send me a message and I will get back to you. But I want to make sure that the artists also start to build relationships with other people in the industry. And I always will say that I think mentors are extremely great because I have benefited a lot from my previous mentors. I think you're honestly seeing the product of me having such exceptional teachers throughout the years. And it also comes from the fact that their years of experience, their wisdom, and their ability to tell me when I'm literally being stupid or an idiot has truly helped me in my career and what I built. I want to take on two more things and then I'm going to be done with my update video because I have to go do some more stuff so that I can start the week off on a successful note. And because I love this city so much, I have also been considering um, working with mom and pop shops. I really, to be honest, I think art is political, full stop. And with my gallery, with the exhibit that I've been thinking about that I will roll out over the next couple of weeks of what I'm actually curating, also with this experience of the gallery and the artist's work and the overall general story that we're telling, is I want to preserve as many cultural stories as possible. Again, because these institutions that I loved and cherished and grew up with are frankly just disappointing me and bending to an administration that doesn't value the same things I value. And I think the things I value inherently have personally made my world 10 times better, and I think the world at large 10 times better than without it. And to do that as well and to support that narrative of just not just exhibiting various people's works, but I want to make sure that my local community is being uplifted and supported as well. So when I think about when I do have pop-up events, I've been looking for like for instance, like Colmado Coffee and like other small businesses here in New York that are in various different neighborhoods that people really love and cherish. And to be honest, I'm pretty scared at the fact of like there are other actors at play that want to try and like push these people out. I'm not saying that about that one business I just mentioned, but it's always a possibility with the mass amount of gentrification. And I can see I'm running the clock here on TikTok, so I just want to wrap it up and say that I will be doing these weekly updates, and I can't wait to answer any questions or comments you have in the comments. And be sure to sign up for our newsletter for any updates on the gallery overall. And I'm really excited to share this journey with you.